It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. I'm Anastasia Palacios.
Good morning. Happy Monday to you. I am Philip Simon.
And it is a pleasure to be in your company on this National Heroes Holiday.
Is it a holiday?
It is a holiday, Phil. I know we're here.
Oh,
I
yeah.
appreciate that. But for everybody else who may or may not be watching us because they're sleeping in because it's a holiday for them, happy holiday to you.
Happy holiday to you. Listen, every time we're talking anything Bahamas, I got to put on my celebratory blue blazer.
I mean, it's certainly a nice
I'm
blue
loving
blazer.
I'm loving the gold.
Yes, see, this
Absolutely.
is the gold from the flag. This is not the blue from the flag, but you're very handsome, so you can pull it off anyway.
Well, listen, the pride is immense here on Bahamas at Sunrise, and it's always a pleasure to be with you. We've got a great show.
We certainly do. We have a wonderful lineup. Looking forward to some exciting conversations. All with Bahamians about things Bahamian.
Yeah, thanks, man. And heroes. Who's your hero?
Who's my hero? Wow, that's a big question. I've got so many of them.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, obviously, my mom and my dad come to mind right away.
Yeah.
But I look at people like my mother-in-law who broke strides when she became the first female Anglican priest here in the country. And
That's
I look at
right.
the amount of women who've come after her. And I look at her as someone that certainly should be honored. And I look at people like Randall Folks. His book, The Faith That Moved the Mountain, transformed my
but it's
life.
the stories that, it's a lot of untold stories that
So
people
many
just don't
untold
know about. And we have to preserve it, and we have to, cherish it, and we have to share it.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, even just people in our family islands who would have been businessmen and women long before there was any help available to them, and just hustling and working hard, and they had this grit and this passion. And I hope that on days like today we remember who we come from and the values that we should be holding there.
Well, Dr. Chris Curry is on the show, and he's going to be talking with us a little bit about the definition of heroes, and of course what this day means to the country at large.
I think that's going to be a great segment with Dr. Curry. I'm also looking forward to speaking with Mavis Darling Hill. She started the King Parkinson Foundation after her dad passed, and he was certainly a hero to her. And so we're going to find out more about a speech competition they're having, as well as a book she wrote about him, so that should be good.
She's got a book.
She's got a book, and I love that, Phil, because if we don't tell our stories, who
You're
will?
right. Perfectly.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Looking forward to that conversation. And the Ministry of Education is also back. They've got a magnet program at Government High School for music and performing arts.
Well, I mean, Government High School has been doing it. I mean, recently, it's bringing back the days of old, for all of those,
The Government High, as my mommy would say.
And of course, we're going to be playing that clip again with Synovia.
Yeah, can't wait to hear that one. Born to Love This Country is the name of that song. Of course, it's so fitting for today. So we've got all that ahead for you and more. There is more. But we're going to find out first what our weather looks like for today, this holiday, from Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First in Insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Stan. Good morning, Bahamas. And your first look at weather sunrise on this holiday Monday. High pressure continues to be the dominant feature across that ridge, and that's producing some breezy conditions across the islands, while we have an upper level trough across the central Bahamas, and that will cause some showers and thunderstorms over that area over the next few days. In your weather today, we're looking at a mix of sun and cloud, but breezy, with a few showers or isolated thunderstorms. Your high temperature 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy and a bit breezy, with a chance of a few nighttime showers or a possible thunderstorm. Your low temperature going down to 76 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean. Barbados, 82 and 78. In Jamaica, 79, 73. In Trinidad, 86 and 76. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 85 and 76. Across North America, Atlanta, 83 and 70. In Raleigh, 82 and 65. Miami, 86 and 79. Dallas, Texas, 79, 72. And Toronto, Canada, 72 and 60. Further weather look, we expect some cloudiness to start increasing by Tuesday into Wednesday, Thursday, as that area of disturbed weather to the south of us, to the southwest of us, will produce some showers and thunderstorms, also windy conditions at this time. So we're looking at cloudy most of the week with showers and nightly thunderstorm. Temperature daytime will be in the upper 80s to low 90s. At nighttime in the mid to upper 70s. That puts you up your first look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Star.
Thank you so much, Godfrey. Well, we're so excited this morning to continue our series with the Ministry of Education. We've been talking to you about some of the amazing work that they're doing there, some of the ways they're updating the curriculum, and today we're going to be talking to you about a magnet program. This one for students interested in the performing arts and happening at the Government High School. We're so very happy to welcome to our set this morning Jennifer Miller. She's the Senior Education Officer in the Ministry of Education. She's got responsibilities for this magnet program at Government High School, and we're very happy to welcome as well Mr. Yaniel Justilian, who's the band instructor at Government High. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas Sunrise.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy to be here.
A pleasure to have you both with us to be talking about something that I absolutely love. It's interesting that we're having this conversation as Shakespeare in Paradise is going on, and just this awesome celebration of culture through the arts is happening, and to know that it's happening right at Government High. We're training students to take this on. And so I'm going to start with you, Ms. Miller, by asking, what are the performing arts classes offered at Government High School?
The performing art classes offered at Government High, we have the band, we have the choir, we have handbell, we have dance, and we have keyboard.
Okay, excellent. Excellent opportunity certainly for both music and movement in those courses being offered there. When did the program start? Has this been going on forever, or is it a recent thing?
No, the program actually started in 1999. It's actually the first magnet program of the education.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So it's been going on since 1999. That's some time. Mr. Justilian, how long have you been with the program?
Well, I have one of the pioneers there, from the inception.
Okay.
I was transferred from LW Young to Government High to start that program.
Excellent, excellent. So since 1999, that's some time that's been going on.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of the students that have actually come through the Government High magnet program become musicians that we are maybe familiar with, or maybe working in culture, or that we may know them around town?
Well, I'm happy to say that where I started at LW Young, one of my former students is educated there now.
Okay.
You'll find another educator, actually two of them at H.O. Nash.
Okay.
Another one is at S.E. McPherson. You have and Family Islands as well, Eleuthera and Bimini.
Nice.
So the kids they're coming back, and you have some producers out there, some entertainers. I don't know if you know the name Cupid.
Okay, I do know Cupid very well. He's been on the show.
The name Exec.
Okay, I do.
He's one of the first classes that went through the program as well. So we have them all.
Okay, excellent. That's exciting stuff. Yeah, man. Cupid came on the show. He launched his new song with us, and certainly he's done well. He just won an Elevation Award recently this year, and so certainly that speaks to the type of quality that the program must offer. Mr. Justilian, can you talk to us about working with students in the band and the talent that you see there even now? So it started in '99, almost 20 years of the program now. What is the talent level like now that you see?
Well, the talent is the same. It's just different environment as time move on. We just got to keep the kids focused, because we have very talented kids here in the Bahamas.
Okay.
And when you put all of them together in one class, which is the magnet program, that's what the magnet program is all about. Because we audition the kids coming from the various junior highs in grade 9, and putting them into one class. It's just like magic. Working with the kids.
I can believe that, because you feed off of each other,
right.
And so all of a sudden you're in this environment where somebody's writing, somebody's singing, somebody's coming up with the beats to go behind it. Right. You have this evolution of what is possible, and then you leave Government High and you may work somewhere for 5 years, and then somebody's now a producer or somebody's now a singer, and you're able to pull that talent together. So that's exciting. I had no idea that this was happening, and so it's good that you guys are on the program to talk to us about it. Ms. Miller, he kind of mentioned that you kind of audition the kids around the 9th grade. Is there a formal process that people ought to go through if they want to join this magnet program?
There is a formal process. In April of each year, we have auditions.
Okay.
Students should have at least a 2.0 grade point average, have an interest in music. They should have at least attained a Royal School of Music, which is an external exam, grade 1 or grade 2.
Okay.
They will write the audition, and those who are successful will attend the school.
Okay. And so they would just write to the Ministry of Education, say, these are the qualifications that I have, I would like to audition for the government.
We actually send out forms.
Okay.
We send out forms. Persons apply. They come to the school to do the audition.
Okay.
And then they're selected
All right.
based on their skills.
All right. Excellent. And in terms of performing arts. We've had some of the other schools, mostly junior high schools, come on to perform for us over the summer. We had students from the National Arts Festival program come on to perform. And so we know that while Government High is this magnet program, that certainly there are music classes offered in the other schools, there are music bands and entertainment from the other schools. What sets this program apart?
What sets this program apart? One, it being the magnet program. In most cases, they have more instruments than other schools. But other schools are, like I said to Ms. Justinian earlier, iron sharpens iron. So they try to emulate exactly what's happening at Government High.
Right.
And it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Competition is always good.
Definitely, definitely. Now, in terms of what you've been seeing working with these students, Mr. Justinian, is there a particular method that you all would use as you try to pull from these students, to pull the resources out from them? And have you been seeing success in the work that you've done with them over these years?
Well, the true success is the qualification of the educators as well.
Okay.
Our own personal experience. I myself, holding a master's degree from college, going to Berkeley as well as Vanderbilt College of Music in Chicago, and music has been good for me and both me and my brother. Because that landed me there through scholarship as well as my brother.
Wow.
And knowing the process, I can pass that on to the kids, knowing how to prepare them. And I'm proud to say that we have so many kids within the past 7 years, even through the program Bahamas All Stars, which I engulfed my kids as well. We have over 140 kids in the past 7 years on music scholarships.
Wow.
And those are the kind of success stories you don't hear about. But it's been good. And right now I can tell you that we in a few years we don't have no music shortage in education and performance and producing. Kids are in the various areas doing very well.
Listen, that's a wonderful statistic. I want that on every headline, right? Because those are the types of stories that we have to tell, that there is a way for our kids to further their education by doing something that they love, that comes naturally to them, and then there's a way for them to come home and make a career out of that. So that's awesome. Can we look to see any magnet programs happening in the future, you think, in other schools and in other areas?
Well, like I say, as a performing arts officer, I'm expected to give our students skills and opportunities so they can showcase their learning and be example for lifelong learners. So what doesn't happen at Government High will happen at Doris, R.M. Bailey, all of the senior high schools. Music is alive in our schools.
Excellent. Well, we thank you both so much for joining us this morning on Bahamas at Sunrise. Thank you for the work that you've been doing for these past 20 years and more, I'm sure, in making this happen, and certainly a wonderful success story to leave us with this morning as we celebrate our national heroes, and we see this national heroes in you and the work that you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Good afternoon. First response. How can I help you?
I've been in an accident on West Bay Street. Can you send someone to help?
Yes, ma'am. A first response team will be there in 15 minutes. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine, but a bit upset.
We're glad you're not hurt. Please, try to relax. Our team will take care of everything as soon as they arrive.
First Response provides immediate on-site service and support from the scene of an accident through the claims and repair process. And it's free to all Bahamas First insured drivers in New Providence, every day for any type of accident. If you drive and want First Response on your side, call 32-FIRST or visit bahamasfirst.com for the name of an authorized Bahamas First agent. First Response can't prevent an accident from happening,
But it can certainly ease your mind when it happens.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. It is National Heroes Day, a day dedicated to recognizing Bahamian heroes since 2013. Joining us on Bahamas at Sunrise again, no stranger to the show, no stranger to the country, a distinguished man indeed, Dr. Chris Curry, historian and chair of the Social Sciences Division at our University of the Bahamas. Chris.
It's great to be here.
Welcome back, man.
Well, it's great to be at Bahamas at Sunrise, and of course on National Heroes Day to discuss this timely topic.
You know, we've had this conversation before, and of course, you know, it comes up every year, and this year has been the first year that we've formally recognized different categories of heroes. But let's take it back to the beginning and just start with what is the definition of a hero?
Well, I think there's about three things we could say. First of all, a hero is someone who's demonstrated courage or bravery, someone who has a distinguished legacy, and someone who has done something that required personal sacrifice.
Okay.
So if you think about those things, I think you get a heroic individual.
Yeah, I mean, in defining those things, it makes you think almost immediately of military service, you know.
People that have made a major sacrifice to the country and have done things above and beyond themselves. In other words, a selfless act, something that isn't just about themselves, but for the advancement of the people, of the nation.
Of the nation. Do you think that definition varies within the Caribbean region or within the Bahamas specifically?
Well, I've seen Jamaica's meritorious system. I've seen other countries, and generally speaking, I think the broader the definition you have, the better it is, because what it does is it allows for individuals who may not be politicians, individuals who may be heroic for the work they did in sports and athletics, or who led a social movement, or who fought for freedom.
Right.
And so all of these categories are worth considering when we think about those broad categories of hero status.
You mentioned, you know, politicians, and of course that's always a hot topic here in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Do you think the definition that we have is limiting to politicians, or it's just how we're interpreting it?
No, I think we're interpreting it that way. I'm a huge proponent, and probably because I'm a historian, of going across the broad breadth of our history and looking at heroic individuals from every century and from every place in the Bahamas. And so I think if we use the categories I mentioned for defining hero, we certainly would not just pick politicians from the 20th century.
Yeah. So this is the first year, as we mentioned earlier, that we will just bestow national honors under the Societies of Honor orders, persons who have achieved excellence in designated categories. What was the journey, and is this criteria fair?
I looked at it, and I think this is going back, of course, to the Act in 2016 that established the honor system, and there's 8 designated categories, ranging from national hero to the Nation Meritorious Award to the Bahamian Award to Order of Excellence, all the way down to distinction, merit, and then the Governor General can give an award as she designates, and then there's the Lignum Vitae Award. All of these awards reflect, I guess you could say, like layers of the onion, and then you peel back and you can see that there are individuals of such distinction that they should be recognized as national hero. And I think we must appreciate that you can't have everybody being a national hero. So obviously these persons would be fewer than, say, someone who gets the Lignum Vitae Award or who gets the Merit Award. But I think it's important to have a structure like that, where you have these 8 categories.
You talk about peeling back the onion. It certainly did make quite a few persons cry, and they expressed that publicly. But you know, is that something to be expected? I mean,
well, there was some backlash, and I'm not personally happy with the decision of Roland Simonet to be placed as a national hero, because he sat on top of a repressive and oppressive regime. But I do definitely think that we should have had one person this year, and I think Sir Lyndon Oscar Pinland would have been the person. The other individuals, Sir Milo Butler, Cecil Wallace Whitfield, possibly in the future, but I'm definitely not in favor of an oligarch like Roland Simonet being considered as a hero.
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective. A lot of people have shared the same opinion. But then again, it always seems to be going back again to the politicians, you know.
Yeah, and I was hoping, you know, that this wouldn't be politicized. Now, I know the advisory committee submitted, and then there were some changes that were made at the cabinet level, and the Prime Minister got involved. I personally think there should have been a larger, more robust, rigorous discussion. There should have been some town hall meetings or something of that effect, where you could have had the public come in and have a say. And also, they should have consulted some experts from the university, not to...
Of course.
not to be completely biased, but, you know, you have some individuals schools at the university have some ideas about who might be considered for hero status. And so I think there just should have been a larger conversation about this.
When we talk about folk heroes.
Yes.
Do you think there's room for folk heroes to
Absolutely.
become national heroes?
Yeah, and I mean, I was on the radio last week, and I was talking about musicians, and we have people like Blind Blake and Joseph Spence. We have Eddie Minnis. We have Ronnie Butler. There's just so many musicians. We have folklorists. We have people involved in the performing arts and the visual arts, like E. Clement Bethel or Winston Saunders. We have educators like Dr. Kevin Bethel. There's just so many
Culture
people.
And artisans.
Yes. And then, you think about people like Brent Malone or Jackson Burnside in the arts. So, I mean, there's just so many people that should be considered who aren't politicians.
Yeah. So what do you think is next? I mean, we've started a process this year. It could use a lot of fine-tuning, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
But what do you expect next year?
Well, I think every year there should be an effort to celebrate. And it should be really a week-long celebration of honoring our national heroes. And I would also advance, we must have a National Heroes Park very soon. I know in the last administration there was efforts to do something in the Botanical Gardens area behind Fort Charlotte. But what has happened to the plans? What has happened to that development? We know that other countries in the region have National Heroes Parks. They have monuments to the public to recognize their heroes. In Jamaica, for example, they have a wonderful National Heroes Park. We in the Bahamas have yet to establish and recognize through monuments and other signifying ways of understanding our heroes. We haven't done it.
And it's all part of the story. I mean, you can't have a hero if nobody knows. Right?
Exactly. And again, this is going back to the appreciation of history. It seems like a lot of our heroes have fallen foul to the dustbins of history.
Well, listen, Doc, thank you once again, man.
Appreciate being
Happy
here.
holiday.
Yeah, same to you. Enjoy.
Thank you very much. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Do you want to know more about the scriptures, the early Christian church, its teachings, suffering, other religions, the authenticity of the Bible? The Anglican Theological Institute is for you. Enroll in a 3-year certificate program. Classes are conducted from Nassau and Freeport on Saturday mornings. Don't miss a class. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with high-speed internet. Contact us at 603-2481. Visit our Facebook page. Pick up an application form at any Anglican church or at Addington House on Sands Road. The Anglican Theological Institute is for you.
So who really own a Nassau container port?
Boss, that's easy. The government.
I do.
I do. Thank you. I do.
I do. And one day, he will too.
I do. Knock knock.
Here at the Nassau Container Port, we've diversified our ownership to give hardworking Bahamians a piece of the economic pie. And we'll continue to grow so that we can give you a consistent return on your investment. That's our promise.
You be stretched. The true lesson is know thyself. And until you know yourself, you're going to be battling with a lot of stuff. Until I knew I was a caricature artist, my company couldn't start. Until I knew I loved to give rather than to receive, I could not be a mentor. I am Renbert Mortimer, and this is my UB.
Apply today at www.ub.edu.bs.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. After the death of her father, Reverend Dr. King Darling, Ms. Mavis Darling Hill established the King Door National Parkinson Foundation with the help of family and friends. This year, the foundation will be hosting its 8th annual speech competition. 8 years already. And Ms. Darling Hill will be releasing a book about her father's life. 2 phenomenal events. We get to discuss them both this morning. And here to tell us more about it is Ms. Mavis Darling Hill herself. She, of course, is the chairperson of the King Door National Parkinson Foundation. And she's brought with her Valerie Bosfield, who is a member. Ladies, good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
A pleasure to have you with us. I can't believe it's been 8 years already.
8 years.
That is excellent.
Yes, and you helped us get started.
Yeah, I remember.
So we are so excited about this.
And so I obviously, having worked through Toastmasters and working with the foundation and seeing the speech contestants myself, can attest to why it's so important. But can you let our viewers know why you decided that a speech competition would be a critical part of the work that the foundation does?
Well, you know, for years we've been in the trenches, really encouraging people to learn more about the disease because it's a closet disease. People whose families are stricken with it, they tend to hide.
Okay.
Because they feel that they don't want people to know all the signs and the symptoms that are not very exciting.
Right.
Okay. The tremors, bradykinesia, the slowness of movement, the imbalances and so forth.
Okay.
And so we felt that a speech competition would be fantastic because it would touch school students. We're looking at junior high and senior high students. We're looking at private schools. We're looking at public schools. And we're encouraging those students to get together individually and show the Bahamas. Tell the Bahamas what Parkinson's is all about. So we've come up with a couple of topics that we feel would be very gratifying, and also using Toastmasters the way we did with you and your colleagues, your friends. And we thought that they would not only be telling their stories to us, but they'll be telling to the Bahamas, because we've had Cable Bahamas actually tape and really broadcast our taping, and so that's been very exciting. But the thing about it is, they get their parents to learn more about the disease because they, you know, show their parents, really use their parents as a sounding board for their speeches. They get to research, write, and give wonderful speeches, as you heard before. So we have the schools involved and their friends. And so that is exciting to us because we are touching more persons as a result of that.
That is certainly true. Certainly true. You've got, you know, English clubs writing and speech clubs within schools writing, and so all of these people are aware, and that is the point, right? To bring awareness to it all.
Definitely.
And so, Ms. Boswell, I'm going to come to you now and find out the details, because I'm sure there are people watching who want to get involved, may not know how to do so. How can they sign up for the speech competition?
They can still sign up. It's not late.
Okay.
We have the actual competition itself on November the 18th at the Evangelistic Temple, Gary and Myrtle Curry's Youth Center at 6 p.m. That's a Sunday. And then we have orientations that will be at on the 14th of October at the Doctor's Hospital on Daswell Street Conference Center. And then we have the preliminaries, which will be at Sierra Walker Senior High School on October the 28th. And it's not too late. Although the dates seem very close, persons can still apply.
And where would they go to apply? They would just come to the orientation on the 14th?
Yes, actually invitations have been sent out to all of the schools via the principal, and the principal is in turn forwarding it down to the English department at all the schools. And failing that, we can also contact the office. I can give you the number. It's 326-5291. And we're there until 4 p.m. in the afternoon. And they can obtain an application form at the office as well.
So from 8 until 4 o'clock we're there. And all of the functions, the orientation, preliminary, and the actual speech competition starts at 3 p.m. sharp.
And
you know how you all are.
We're on time now.
That's right.
That's
right.
And once we lock that door, that's it.
Exactly.
So certainly we believe in that. But this is wonderful. And I like the fact that you did it all at 3 o'clock, so nobody has to forget. Everything starts at 3, and so people can show up at those dates and those times at 3 o'clock. Wonderful news. What can students expect from the competition, you think? What can they look forward to most?
Oh boy, you can help us so well with that. Because of course we realize that once they come at orientation, they are oriented to all that is necessary to give wonderful speeches, motivational speeches, inspiring speeches. And so we have local persons from the schools giving certain segment of that. And of course Toastmasters. So perhaps you can even help us in terms of what is expected.
Well, I can tell the children that they will have an awesome time. And they get to meet each other, right?
Exactly.
That's another great thing about this, is that you meet students from other schools. You get to learn more. And I just had the Ministry of Education on. We were talking about iron sharpens iron. And so certainly you learn from these people that you see in the room around you. And it's just an exciting time because you get to show your skills in a different way.
And they network a lot as a result of that, because I find that students from one school who might not have known somebody else from another school. They kind of talk,
Right.
and so that is important. That's what we feel is important.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now you have obviously brought this awareness through the Parkinson Foundation. You've done so many different things. This year you've written a book as well.
Oh yes.
So talk to me about this book. The name is The Invisible Companion. That's an interesting name. What does the name mean?
The name, as a matter of fact, let me say first that after my father's death, I was really so devastated that I felt that I needed to put on paper what I was feeling.
Okay.
And so I started writing.
Okay.
And I used all my family members to help me get to this point, whereby we talked about the illness. We talked about family relation during that period. And so yes, The Invisible Companion was my father's plight with Parkinson's disease. It was not easy for us as a family. We, at that stage, before he was formally diagnosed, we went to several doctors here. And the stories we kept hearing was that, hey, you're 67 years old, you're getting older, what do you expect? And we felt it had to be more than that. And so we had to we got another opinion. And that opinion indicated that this is what we suspect because you have all the signs and the symptoms. And so we keep saying to people that if they have 3 or more of the cardinal signs, they really need to go and check their doctors out. Valerie's father, that's why we connected so well, he had Parkinson's disease. He just died last year.
Wow.
So she's able to touch some of the things that I'm feeling.
Right.
And that has made it very, very easy. But it was really a story of a Parkinsonian and the plight he went through and the family support.
Okay.
And of course, his faith in God.
Okay.
Because as the book is read, folks would find out that it was only through his faith in God, the family's faith in God, that helped us deal with it.
So how can we purchase a copy of the book? I'm certain there are people, and as you're talking about it, right, and making people more aware, people recognize, okay, this may be Parkinson's. So there are now people who are accepting the diagnosis, getting the diagnosis. How can they read a book like this and feel encouraged? Where can they buy it?
Well, we are going to have a book launch on the 1st of November at the Hilton Hotel.
Okay.
And that is at 6 p.m.
All right.
But I advise everyone who might be interested to be in touch with our office.
Okay.
The number is 326-5291.
All right.
And so it can be purchased there, but we're going to have a number of books. We'll have a couple hundreds of books available. And I know friends have said to me, a friend of mine, when he saw it, he said, oh, I'm going to get several for my people. He's an attorney. And so, attorney, don't forget what you said. So people are giving it for gifts, Christmas gifts and so forth. And so my publishers, oh my God, I need another time to even discuss that with you.
Yes, we'll have to bring you back.
Fantastic.
Yes. Excellent, excellent. Well, we want to thank you all so much for joining us this morning on Bahamas at Sunrise. We wish you the best with the speech competition. And of course, we encourage our kids to come on out and check it out, to follow up with their school principals about how they can apply, or to give you a call at the office, King Door National Parkinson Foundation. And of course, to call you about the book launch, how they can be there and how they can order those books for Christmas. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
so much.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Bahamas, fasten your seatbelt, put your tray tables and chairs in their upright and locked positions as Bahamas Air spreads its wings with new service into Houston. It's a really big deal with tickets starting as low as $4.55 per person for non-stop service into the great state of Texas. Don't miss your opportunity. Purchase your ticket to Houston for just $4.55. Book Bahamas Air online, visit any one of our sales offices, or call reservations to purchase your round-trip ticket into Houston today.
Wait, that's Omar Little from The Wire. You think everyone is Omar from The Wire?
Wow, it's really nice to meet a fan.
It's like he's right here. Are you telling me he's been on all type shows and stuff?
And you know, Rev Go Play plays a lot of good movies and TV shows.
Excuse me, can't you see we're watching something else? Rude.
Settle all your pop culture disputes with RevGo Play. Watch, record, and stream all your favorite shows wherever you are. Free for all Rev TV subscribers. Rev, you and us together.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're at the halfway point on this National Heroes Monday.
National Heroes Monday. You know, it's always good talking with Chris, Dr. Chris Curry.
I just love to talk to him.
You know, I love everything about his demeanor, about his pride, about his passion for the country, and his frankness. He's it's just very refreshing. You know, he mentioned too that, you know, on this particular year, he thought that only Sir Lyndon Pinland should have been recognized at the highest level of heroes, which was interesting. You know, he said, well, he didn't agree with the appointment of Sir Roland Simonet because of what he represented, and that's an interesting perspective. We could talk about that all day.
Yeah, we certainly could. It certainly did and was talked about when the announcements were officially made, and certainly there are some people who felt like Sir Lyndon should not have been mentioned at all.
That's
Again, there are challenges on either side, but certainly I don't think any of us can take away the contributions that they both made.
Right.
But certainly there was a lot of issues around the appointment of Sir Roland, and Dr. Curry said it, so.
And of course, Government High School is, you know, I like it. I really like it. I mean, you know, anything that, you know, obviously music ties us all together. But again, the youth still represents the future. So
they certainly do. They certainly do. And finding out that Cupid, he's been on the show, he's sung for us before,
Yeah.
that he was actually a student in that program, shows you 140 students over the past 7 years receiving music scholarships from Government High. So there's talent to be had in this country and certainly opportunities for it. Wonderful show so far. We've still got more to come in the second half, including that song from Novi Pierre, Born to Love This Country. Phil's ready. See, go and dance. We just want to come out of the studio and enjoy our holiday. So we're going to do that after we take a second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First in Insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you guys, and good morning, Bahamas. Yes, second look at weather at Sunrise. We take a trip around the tropics this morning. We still have Leslie, that tropical storm, just on the northeastern Atlantic, moving towards the northwest at this time. No threat to the islands, but could trigger off some swells across the islands over the next several days. And then we're watching air disturbed weather over the western Caribbean Sea, moving slowly towards the north. And that has a 30% chance of developing over the next 30 days as it moves towards the north into the eastern Gulf of Mexico. Elsewhere, tropical storm formation expected during the next 5 days. On local scene, ridge of high pressure north of the islands continue generally breezy conditions across the islands, while upper level trough across the central Bahamas will cause some showers and thunderstorm activity over the next couple of days. In your marine forecast, we do have a caution posted over the northwest and central Bahamas, and you're asking to be careful as you go to the beach today for those rip currents along the northern and eastern shores. Winds today northeast to east at 15-20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet over the northwest and central Bahamas, easterly at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the southeastern islands. On Tuesday and Wednesday, those winds continue 15-20 knots, but by Wednesday, those winds increase 20 to 25 knots, seas building 5 to 8 feet over the northwest and central Bahamas, 15 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet over the southeastern islands. Your tides. Currently, you have a high tide that happened at 6:41 this morning. Next low tide will be at 12:59 this afternoon. High gain this evening at 7:03. Sunset was 6:47 this evening, rising on 7:05. UV index 8. Your water temperature 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Moon phase, new moon. And your Friday weather outlook. Again, that air disturbed weather could cause some increasing cloudiness, showers and thunderstorm. Also some windy conditions by Wednesday into Thursday as it moves towards the north. So we're looking at a cloudy week on the wet side by midweek. Temperature daytime will be in the upper 80s to low 90s daytime, the mid 70s to upper 70s at nighttime. That puts around me final look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Phil.
Thanks very much, Godfrey. It's October, and that means it is lobster time. It's back on the menu at Sapadilla. We have the ambassadors themselves. Gandhi Pinder, she's the Vice President of Marketing, etc. And of course, the Executive Chef. Edwin Johnson. Good morning. Welcome
Good
back.
morning. It's nice to be here again.
Yeah.
Well, happy Heroes Day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Listen, I saw the big sign. I was passing along West Bay Street and I saw lobster. So it's back.
Yes. It's one of our biggest events for the year.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are expecting it.
Well, tell us a bit more about it. It's called Oktoberfest. It's called...
Yeah, it's Lobster Fest, Oktoberfest, whatever you want it to be. It's October. We're celebrating. We're having a good time. We had a really good September. And I think one of the hallmarks of Sapodilla, or what we do in our service, is customizing menus for Bahamians, for people who come from abroad, just for these special things and special events. And Lobster Fest, of course, we all love seafood.
Yeah.
And Chef and his amazing culinary team, they go into the Sapodilla Gardens. They handpick the ingredients. They make sure that they have fresh lobster, and they prepare
the lobster in the gardens.
No, Chef goes diving for that. But and they prepare it in a variety of ways. And I thought, I didn't know I could eat this much lobster. But
I know I can.
Each course. It's just something so different. My palate is always like, ooh.
So it's a five course.
It's a 5 courses, 5 courses, and very exciting. When you move from one course to the next, the change in flavors and textures, it's mind-boggling for you.
And I love that Chef
I'm
talking
smiling
about food.
and I'm
It's like poetry in motion. But give us a little bit of an idea of what it is that these courses will include.
I like to keep it a secret.
Like to keep it a secret.
Yeah.
Give them one. Give them one. Give them one. Like he, sometimes he'll brush something with a rum butter sauce.
Oh, man.
Or, yeah. And he just does these exciting
drizzled
things.
with fresh thyme.
See, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
It's too early in the morning for this, but listen. So it's for the entire month of October. It's already begun?
Yes.
Okay.
It's for the entire month of October. It's an amazing price. And you can go on our website, sapodillabahamas.com. You can go on Facebook, Sapodilla Restaurant, Instagram, Twitter, and you can see the full menu and you can see everything there.
And it's lunch and dinner?
Well, so now we have corporate lunch.
Okay.
So corporate lunch is a different menu, and we switch the menu up every week. So you have to come in and you have to catch it. It's a great way to say thank you to your staff, to your employees, a friend. Go on a lunch date. Switch it up, keep it spicy. You gotta keep it hot.
Gotta keep it lit.
And you know what? Some people, I like that.
Yeah, you see that?
I like that.
You saw it there?
And some people have to. Some people come in by themselves and they say, hey, I'm treating myself today. It's your birthday. It's you can get creative. And, some people say, okay, well, let me come a little bit earlier in the day. We're not going to do all the wine. We're not going to do all the champagne. It's extremely affordable. And it's a great way to celebrate people who are in your life.
I mean, it always seems as though there's something new happening at Sapodilla. Love the events that you have. I mean, October obviously is Lobster Fest all month long.
Yeah.
But I imagine we're getting close to that season as well. I mean, that whole Christmas
festive, yes.
Yeah.
A lot of events, a lot of things will be happening.
A lot of people booking different dates. Like people keep asking for some reason about October 27th. That date is completely booked, but
what is that date?
We have that. I guess it's moving right into Halloween, and it really, I guess, symbolizes the transition into the true holiday and festive season. And so people are booking their corporate events, they're booking their staff parties, their staff functions. We have themed events. I'm counting down and getting ready for New Year's Eve, which is always staple. So we always try to do something a little different. And we have a different theme this year for New Year's. But you know what, back to the Lobster Fest, Pastor Mario Moxie and Bahamas Harvest, they're celebrating. They just had their groundbreaking ceremony. And we had him for Lobster Fest. He brought some of his friends from Atlanta. He brought in the really popular Dawn Battle. And they had the Lobster Fest menu, most of them anyway. So at the actual event, this preacher from Atlanta goes up and he's talking about how awesome this thing was, and he went to the Sapodilla and he had the Lobster Fest. And that lobster, he said, man, there's a lady named June. I thought she could cook, but that lobster. So they're raving about it. And we do have some menus that we like to customize for Bahamians. People wouldn't believe it.
But what's the cost? I mean, what's
$80.
$80
Inclusive
for 5
of
courses.
Inclusive of service charge and VAT.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, we really wanted it to be really affordable, really tasty, really delicious, and for everyone to have an opportunity to come in and enjoy.
Yeah. You know, we want to get rid of that myth that Sapodilla is expensive. Sapodilla is affordable.
Sapodilla is fine dining.
And fine dining.
It is fine dining.
At a fine price.
Yes.
You know, if you come in, you order a bottle of wine, a bottle of champagne, vintage, then of course, you know.
I mean, well, that sounds good. I mean, what do you wash, this 5-course meal down with? I mean, what are some of the things, the drink specials or?
Yeah, of course. So we have like signature drinks, signature cocktails, martinis. We have people in there, they'll pair it with, I guess, the best wines. We have wines from South Africa. We have the popular California wines. We just have, it's just really something for everybody, whatever your taste is. And so they'll be sure to pair it with, they'll find out, I guess, what you like. And some people come and they say, oh, well, I like this particular type of wine, or I like a more dry wine, or I like a Riesling, or I like something sweet, or I usually like champagne. And usually, sometimes when they leave trying something new, and we like that too.
Well, we have a very good sommelier, so, once you speak about what you're having, and he able to really pair you with a really excellent wine, whatever. Really
it's interesting for somebody who hasn't been to Sapodilla recently. I mean, what's kind of brand new that they can expect? I mean, the cabanas have been there for a long time. I love the terrace, on the outside.
Some people haven't experienced the recently enclosed, the newly enclosed terrace, I guess, and you can switch it up. You could have dinner by candlelight. We have a customized menu for Bahamians that a lot of people don't necessarily know about. So if you give us a call at 327-2161, if you follow along with us on our website or on Facebook or social media, we always have like a new special. Sometimes chef does something on a particular day, and he'll do something different with the lamb. Or he'll do something with veal or some seafood fest or something like that. And we can send you emails and let you know. So let's say next week, we are having Lisa Nichols. So Star is having a wonderful inspirational event. That's another exciting thing. And then it's in the middle of the day. So just little things like that.
And if you want to customize the menu, obviously it's something you have to coordinate ahead of time. Or was the customization done in collaboration, obviously, with the chef?
Okay. I mean,
people love it.
Call me in the morning, I'll have it for you in the evening.
People love it when Chef does that for them. And then Tia's there, Sloan's there. Some people say, hey, I'm coming in. I have a birthday group of, let's say it's 10 of us. This is our budget. This is what we want to do, or this is what we want. There's absolutely no budget. And Chef will customize something for each person.
Listen, sounds like fun times as always.
It is.
At Sapodilla Estate.
Yeah, at Sapodilla Estate. We also have great things going on at Frankie Gone Bananas. On Arawak Key, we have live entertainment every evening, also at Sapodilla. And then, of course, Frankie Gone Bananas in the Marina Village. That's buzzing. Sometimes you got to wait to get inside. And then Bamboo Shack is doing great things. We're getting ready to celebrate our 2nd year anniversary in Florida.
Excellent.
And so, we're excited about
that. Listen,
my
dear, good to see you. You're excellent on both sides of the set.
It's always a pleasure.
Yes, thank you very much. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise Lobster Fest all October long there at Sapodilla. We'll be right back.
I still like your shoes.
Hi, I'm Davrielle and welcome to Rev Tips, where we answer your most important Rev service questions. Today's question is, how do I set up a Rev My account? It's super easy. To create a Rev My account, simply visit www.cablebahamas.com and click the My Account icon. Next, select the Create Account option. Please have a copy of your latest statement on hand. Enter the information as it appears on the statement to the respective areas on the form. When you have finished, click Create Account to continue with the process. Once you've registered your account, you can use your username and password to check your account balance, view past statements, and pay your bill online. And that's your Rev Tip for this week. Thanks for watching, and be sure to join us next time.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Well, you might remember that we closed out our summer entertainment series with a rousing performance by Synovia Pierre. At that time, she sang a song for us called Born to Love My Country, and you may remember Phil shaking a leg after. But we're going to replay it for you now. We hope that you will get to enjoy the lovely music from one of our own cultural icons, and that you'll get to see Phil dancing at the end. Here she is now with Born to Love Our Country, Novi Pierre.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Having a good time already with Synovia Pierre. Man, I didn't know she's been working within the ministry for 23 years, this young woman right here.
Yeah.
But listen, you've been really good to us here at the counselors.
Y'all have been good to me.
And you've been the one coordinating our summer entertainment
Yes. Thank you for that. Thank you very much.
Listen, we've been enjoying them all summer, but of course now we have you.
Yes, I'm here this morning. Hello.
Now you've been a part of the big band, as they call it, for a number of years, and now you have transitioned more into a solo career. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, of course, everybody knows that I've been working with, I sang with Visage. I started at 19, I ended at 41, so you do the math.
Ooh.
Yeah. And in 2012, I went into doing a solo thing, working on and off with Tingham Nem Band.
Yeah.
Of course, in any band all through the nation. So I'm basically doing my own thing, creating music still working with the children. Can't leave the children behind because they are my incentive.
Absolutely.
They motivate me, they teach me. I learn so much from them. So, yeah.
Yeah. The National Arts Festival has been actually kind of evolving over the years.
Yes.
Tell us a little about working with the students.
I'm trying to move it into the 21st century because the children are different.
Yeah.
Adding things
the styles
like
are different. The music
yes, of course, DJing and things that the kids are very interested in. Them doing their own songs, recording their own stuff and whatnot, what have you. So we're trying to move with them, meet them where they are at, and adjudicate there.
Yeah. So again, you're a veteran, like they say. But you've got a new hit single out.
Yes. This song is not so new actually. I wrote it maybe about 15, 18 years ago for some students.
Okay.
But I revamped it. I feel incentive and encouragement again. I teach part-time at UB.
Yeah.
And the students there, I always get things from them. And one of the things that I realized was, if we do not change the way that we are thinking in this country as far as the economy, as far as education, as far as salaries and whatnot, we're going to unfortunately meet a brain drain. And that is something that's very, very serious to me. And I always try and encourage them, whether you go, because everybody's like, I'm leaving because I can't make money here and stuff. And I say, I love this country. I'm here. I could have left as well. And if you do leave,
talent to be anywhere you want to be.
Yes, and if you do leave, remember that the Bahamas is always here, and whatever you learn there, you can bring to make this better.
Yeah.
And that's what the song is all about. I was born to love this country.
Well, listen, you got your flag in your hand.
Yeah.
But seriously, I mean, what makes the Bahamas such a place? I think we tend to take it for granted.
Yeah, we do.
What we have here in the country,
we do.
The diversity.
Our culture, and the thing is, being an archipelagic nation, big word, every country, every island has its own culture. And that's what is so huge for us. And that's what we need to sell and what we need to share.
All right.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm so pleased to have you on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank
you. I was born to love this country.
Yes.
Synovia Pierre.
Yes. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise, everybody. Good morning. This is Novi. Here we go. Woo! All right. Time to wake up. Here we go. Woo! Woo! I will lift my head and feel the sun through the branches of the lignum vitae, and imagine the softness of pink flamingos as they walk away quietly. I pledge my allegiance to the flag of gold, black and aquamarine, of beautiful blue marlins in our waters so serene. I stand up and I claim my name. I lift my head high and feel no shame. My navel string under the coconut tree. See, I was born to love this country. I stand up and I claim my name. I lift my head high and feel no shame. My navel string under the coconut tree. See, I was born to love this country. I can smell the the horns of the mailboats sounding in the harbor, bringing life, love, and friendship to our shores and people from everywhere. We got a time in our island and party all night long. Breaking, scraping, and sculling the sweet Bahamian songs. Oh, stand up and I claim my name. I lift my head high and feel no shame. My navel swing under the coconut tree. See, I was born to love this country. I stand up and I claim my name. I lift my head high and feel no shame. My navel swing under the coconut tree. See, I was born to love this country. Eyes of a Bahamian, true and bold. Eyes of a Bahamian, black and gold. Aquamarine, I'm shouting out for the world to know. I'm waving my colors everywhere I go. Show me your colors, show me your colors, show me your colors. Straight to Inaga and Bimini and Duckberry. Cat Island, make water, Aquancy, Naga. From Angus Island, straight down to Bryan. Abaco and Nassau, Long Island, Exuma. Hey, I'm a Bahamian. Here we go, everybody. Time to baby fly. Come on, Phil. Oh, Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm a Bahamian. I feel no shame. Say I'm a Bahamian. Under the coconut tree. See, I was born to love this country. I'm the world. Come on, say my name. I'm a Bahamian. I feel no shame. Say I'm a Bahamian. Under the coconut tree. See, I was born to love this country. I'm the world will be proud. My name. 'Cause I'm Bahamian is what no shame. My neighbor sing under the coconut tree. See, I was born to love this country. Come on, Phil. Say my name. We are Bahamians. Bahamas at sunrise. Woo! This is Nova, y'all. Yay!
One thing, two things. Blue thing, old things.
Omar Little from the wire.
Things that are small,
Everyone is Omar from the wire.
things that are grand, things that fit just right, and in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
How are we making Rev work wonders for you? We are doing it together. You told us what you want, and we've heard you. Want faster broadband? How about speeds up to 1 gigabit per second? Want shorter house calls? 2 hours max. We promise. Want to take your entertainment anywhere? Well, your Rev Go Play app is here. Rev, we've heard you. You speak, we listen. Rev, you and us together.
Well, that's going to do it for us, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in today as we celebrate this National Heroes Holiday.
Yes, have a wonderful holiday. See you down at St. Paul's in Fox Hill, and then Adelaide, right? King of the Grill.
Sounds like a plan to
All right.
me. Make it a wonderful weekend. Well, a wonderful holiday. See, it's still in weekend mode.
Yeah, we'll be working, so, have a wonderful holiday.
Bye.
Bye.